Well, good evening, everyone, and happy Easter. Hey, it's Linda Anderson here from Linda Lou Creates, and thanks for joining me tonight for this mini class. We're going to do a double sheet wonder. That's 2 pieces of 6x6 pattern paper, cut it up, and make 5 gorgeous cards. I want to forewarn you guys that I have come down with a cold, so my voice is a little weird right now, and I do end up having a coughing fit. So I have my water next to me, so if I get silent, usually beware. But tonight it's because I need to get a sip of water. So anyway, thanks again. You can use any pattern papers that you have and any stamp sets that you have. So please don't feel like you have to use the same ones that I did. I am using from the Pansy Patch bundle here. Now this is going into the new annual catalog. But if you want it at the bundle price to save the 10%, order it now before that option goes away. The paper, love it. It's gorgeous. It's double-sided, and that's what I would recommend for this technique or for this class, is to have double-sided paper. So let me go ahead, move these out of the way, and just kind of go over a couple little things here as far as supplies that you're going to need. First up, your pattern paper. And like I said, it is cut 6x6. So I happen to have these 2 pieces here, and then this is what's on the other side. So this way, as you can see, one of them is directional. So you know what? If you have directional paper and the way that you cut it, your cards, some might be in landscape, some might be portraits mode based on the direction of your paper. So this is not set in stone that this is the only way that these layouts can be. So keep that in mind, please. For embellishments, then, I have, let me bring all of this in. Out of that pansy petal, let me see, what's the name of the paper? Golly. Pansy Petals Designer Series paper. I was able to use the dies and cut out all of these leaves and all of these flowers, both the large and the smaller size of the pansies. So I'm going to use some of these for my embellishments, so to speak. You can see on my samples, on some of them, I did not use any of these die cut flowers, while others, yep, I put one on there just to dress it up some. So, you know, yours will be different as far as what you're going to use. So let me just kind of push all this aside. The other thing you will need will be your card bases, 5 of them, cut 8.5 by 5.5. And then you'll score it down the middle. So this way, I know I normally do top fold cards, but because I'm not certain the direction that I'm going to have my cards, they are all done this way. And whether you use white or colors that coordinate with the pattern paper you're using, totally up to you. Now, speaking of the white, you are going to want to cut at least 5 white layers here that are 4 by 5.25. These are what are going to go on the front of your cards. Now, if you have the color card bases like what I have, I'm going to do another set of 5 4 by 5.25 to put on the inside of my card. All right. So that's all of the papers and what have you. I do have some rhinestones, or these the in color jewels that I'm going to use, and I already stamped and punched out my sentiments. I just wanted to quick show you what I did. Let me pull in the stamp set again. I think you guys know that I do surgery on my stamps. So here's one, this, a little hello from me to you. It's one long stamp. I cut it, mounted it on my block. This way now I just have somewhere in this mess, I have just a strip of white cardstock. So now I can just go ahead and stamp this, and then I'm going to go ahead, let me first close this up because I know what I would do. All right, I'm going to use the double oval punch. I will slide it here for where the oval, the small unscalloped oval is, and that way I can punch it right out here. Okay, and then I excuse me, punched out then the scalloped ovals as well, out of the same colors as what I'm using as my card bases, so that coordinate with it. So that's what I did for my sentiments. Adhered them together. I think that's everything. Okay, here's one trick that I want you to do. Let's go ahead and get started on cutting your paper. So get your 6x6 pattern papers. Get a paper cutter as well. Excuse me one second. The trick to this is cutting your papers at the same time. All right. It just will make this so much easier and pretty quick too. So 6x6. I'm so sorry. I'm going to cut this at 2 inches. Now, let me go ahead and put it in this way. So go ahead, put it in, have your 2 inches. It doesn't matter which side you have this cutting at the 2 inches. I just happen to have it so that my directional pattern, I have it on top to remind me, and I have it going in the direction that it goes. Does that make sense? So now I'm going to go ahead and put that at the 2-inch mark. And I'm going to cut that. All right, so here, this is 4x6. Let's just set this off to the side for a second. What I want to do is grab this piece that's 2x6. And now I'm going to turn it sideways, and I'm going to cut it at 3 1/4. Okay, so I have 3 1/4 by 2, and I have, let me see here now, 2 3/4 by 2. All right, so here are these pieces now. All right, set these aside. Set them aside. We'll come back now to the second piece that we have. So it is 4x6. So again, turn it sideways. First, cut it at 4 inches. So you will now have a piece that is 4x4. Now this 4x4 piece, we're going to cut it again on the diagonal. No measurement necessary on this. Whichever. This is awful. I'm so sorry, guys. Whichever way will looks good to you as far as on the diagonal. Now, I'm not going corner to corner. I am allowing, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of an inch. And I'm cutting this. Okay. There's no real measurement on that one. Okay, let me set this one off to the side. Now I have this piece here that is 2x4. And I'm going to cut it now at 1 1/2. So I'm going to have now this little 1/2 inch strip. All right. And that's all the cutting we need to do, because we made it go quicker because of cutting them both at the same time. Okay. So now it's time to start laying out your 5 pieces of the 4x5 1/4 inch white. All right, so lay those all out. Now, like I said, we might end up needing to kind of switch things up a little bit. So a couple of them are going to be landscape, and a couple are going to be portrait. So let me lay these out. I have quite the mess of things here, so let me move everything out of the way. So there's all of my 5 pieces right here. So let me bring in now. I bet you can guess what we're going to do with this piece, these 2 pieces here, the 4x4 that we cut at an angle. So yes, it is, one will go this way at the top, and the other one will flip it around and have it go that direction. Now, I have another one here that, let's see, which way do I want this one to go? I'm going to, instead of going this direction, I'm going to try it this way. So, did you see what I did? I'm going to have this gallon jug of water all finished before I'm done here tonight. So, all right. So, I'm going to take one piece that is going to measure across the bottom, the 4-inch line. This other piece that normally would go in that direction, I am just going to flip it and tuck this small straight edge underneath. And there we go. All right, so far, so good. Now, let me see. I'm not sure if I like that. Let me see what I've got here. I'm going to try. Now, let me figure out. Let's see. Sorry. This is the 2x3 1/4. This is the 2x1 3/4. So I'm going to go again with another portrait. 1. Go 2. You know what? I like the pansies too much to cover them up. So let me put that piece underneath. And then I don't like that. That I do like. There we go. So there we go. What do you think? See how it's just sort of a mix and match, do what's going to work based on how your patterns match up? Okay, we still have 2 more to go here. I have this piece that I want going this direction because of... So I think I'm going to do another landscape. So here we go. Or excuse me, portrait. So here, let's put this 1/2 inch down here. And see what I mean? It's like putting a puzzle together. And it's all based on the direction of the flowers that you're making, or the pattern paper that you have. Okay, I'm down to the last. Here we go. Now, this is the 4 by 1.5. Let me see which way I like it. This is the 2 by 1 3/4. Excuse me, 2 3/4. You know what? I'm just going to play a little bit here and see. See if this is what I like. So there we go. There we go. Okay, let me show you how different and yet how similar these are to my sample cards. So this piece, check out the layout. It's the same, all right? Just goes in opposite corners, and that's based on how it was cut with my directional paper, okay? Let me find another one here that's the same. This one right here, check out this one. The same thing where we tucked the one under. So that one is the same. Now, here we go. I've got a few differences. First of all, the papers that I used, this one is the 4 by 1.5. I did not use that one here. So a little bit different because it's all based on the papers that you like. All right. So that's sort of that way. I don't have this one at all. These are those two pieces that are 2 by 2 3/4 that are put side by side. And you know what? I kind of like the way that one looks. I'm going to do this version, but turn it portrait. Portrait. So let me change that up. See, we haven't glued anything down yet, so we can certainly do this. And there we go. Okay. So very similar. Some of them are way off or way different. So, all right. So now let's get gluing. You will be able to see some of the differences here on some of these compared to the way I'm doing mine. So don't be afraid to mix them up. Again, based on your papers, the directions that yours are going. So, all right, somehow I got a smudge on this piece of white. So let me just flip it around, and I'm going to start making even a bigger mess than what I have right now. So let me move some of these off to the side. We're going to start gluing everything down. Once you have it figured out the way you like it, the rest, I'll tell you what, it goes pretty fast. Okay, so here we go. This one is 4 by 1.5. I'm going to put this one right down here at the bottom to cover up my smudge right there. Okay, here is that little 1/2 inch strip. By 4. And then I have my 2 by 3 1/4. And I am going to, I didn't use this side very much. You can tell which side I like the best. And don't be afraid to mix it up for yourself. Okay, that one's done. Let's get this one. So here we go. I was finished up with these last two pieces. This one is the 4 by 1.5. I'm going to put that one down first. So this one is totally different than what any of my samples. So let's put it right down here in the center. And now this one is the 2 by 2 3/4. Let's put it down. Kind of on either side here. So yeah, don't look for this layout in my samples because you're not going to find it. Okay, next comes the 4 by 4 that we cut on the diagonal. Let me just turn this sideways so you're not seeing my big old arm coming across. So I just match up the corners, press it down. So this is a gorgeous pack of paper, this Pansy Petals. So it is on the clearance list or the last chance product list. And the last I checked, it was still available. Do not delay though, if you're interested in it, because once it's sold out, it's done, okay? So I would hate to see you miss out on this if you were really had your heart set on getting it. So, all right, so here's this one. Now this one is fun. So I'm gonna start first with this piece. Woo! Maybe if I would put the glue on it the proper way. So I kind of got the glue everywhere. So this time I am turning it so that this flat end, that 4-inch side, is going to go along the 5 1/4 inch side of my white. And everybody who's coming doing this along with me, are you guys hanging? Are you doing okay? Are you able to keep up? Am I going too fast? I know I had a lot of my stuff prepped ahead of time. Otherwise, we'd be here for 2 hours, and I don't think you want to do that. Okay, and let me get this down. All right, I really like that one. That one was kind of fun to see that. And now the final one. Okay, so this is that 1/2-inch strip by 4. This is the 2 by 3 1/4. And this is the 2 by 2 3/4. So I'm putting this one down first. And the only reason is I really like the flowers on this one. So I'm going to put these two down together. Okay. And so let's put this down first. Okay. And then I'll get this piece down. And I want, like I said, I want the flowers to show. So that's why I'm gonna do it this way. Make it straight though, Linda, that might be a little bit nicer. Okay, and now let's get that 1/2-inch strip ready to go. Right across. All right, they don't look like much right now, but let's start building now. Okay, the next decision you get to make is which goes on what color of card base. If you just did one color of card base, no problem making that decision. Of course, I had to make multiple colors of card bases. So let's see, I have fresh freesia. I have soft succulent. I really like that, so I think I'm going to keep it with that one. I have calypso coral, polished pink, and pale papaya. Now I do have a couple extra of the card bases cut in case I really want to put it on one. 2 of them on the same color, so I just might. Really, because in the flowers, there's all of the colors. You're not going to have a problem, I think, deciding. They'll all go. So Now, I only have one of them now that's going to go in this direction, so. But I think I'm going to switch this up. I want to bring out the coral color in this pattern, and I like that. All right, so there we go. There's my 5 card bases now. I have my sentiments. Again, they are already stamped. Kind of a goofy thing that often I will then use whatever color that the scallop is. I match it with the card base. There's no place that it says you have to do the same thing. So let me start with that. And we'll kind of go from there. Okay. But don't forget, we still can embellish. So we will be good. Let me see something here. I know, just let it go, Linda, right? Just let it go. But I do like that one. I like that one better. Okay, now, do we want to add pansies to each one? No. I am going to let this one go without putting a pansy as the embellishment with it. And I don't know why I'm saying that. There is just something that makes me think that I'm good enough with just letting the papers do the talking. So that one, I'm going to leave alone. This one, I definitely want a pansy on that. So, tell me what you think. How's that one look? No, I don't like that one. Let me see what a dark purple one will look like. Let's see. If I want it, this is what you got to do, is just move it around. There, I like that better where it's kind of up and out of the way. We have our leaves to adhere to. Here. Do I want a pink one to go along here? I just might. That one I like without a flower on it. This one, I definitely want a flower on this one. So let's try this color. See, this is how I do it. I just sort of lay things out and kind of go from there. All right? So I'm liking this. Tell me what you think. If you think these look good. And I'm going to go ahead and get started adhering everything down. So, here we go. Let me move some stuff around. All right, let me do the two that I'm not going to use the pansies as part of the embellishment. I'm just going to go ahead and again, do it the way you want to do it. So we will adhere this down. Let me find my dimensionals. Okay. And then we're going to get those down, or this sentiment down. Let me see if I like it down here better. Ooh. There we go. There we go. Now let me bring in my in-color jewels here. Let me find my pick tool. And you guys are good hanging with me, so thank you, thank you. So let's go ahead and just start putting some down. Okay, we'll go with the 3. Card 1 is done. I would then, of course, adhere my insides to it and called this one completely done, but I'm not going to show you, bore you with that one. Okay, so here we go. Card number 2. This one I'm just adhering this straight down. Now, because you have this wide open spot of the white, if you have a big enough sentiment that you want to put in there, you certainly could stamp something right directly down there. I just like popping things up and having things like this on there. So that's why I avoided doing that. So, but that's definitely an option to do that, to get a sentiment down there in the center. So, okay, here we go. Let's get this in here. Again, I'm using the double oval punch. I've already had these prepped ahead of time. So here we go. Let me bring my jewels back in that I put somewhere. Oh, here are some, here's more. And I will just start mixing up what colors I'm going to use. I think on this one I'm going to go with the soft succulent color of jewels. Okay. And there we go. All right. Again, I would then put in my insides into this card. All right, here we go. Here is my landscape card. So what I want to do is to add the pansy as part of the embellishment onto here. So let's get the base put down first. So here we go there. And then I will grab a couple leaves. Okay. We will put those on the back here. Since I am doing it in this direction, I want the leaves to be on this side. Okay? So, let me go ahead and get that done. Leaves. One. Let me get the other one on here. Well, maybe it would help if I put more glue on. Okay. And 2. Now, I will put it behind my oval. All right. So, here's my oval. Let me go ahead. My fingers are all sticky. And now this is where I'm going to put my dimensionals. So those I have already lost. So I have the black ones here in front of me. Oh, there, now I found them. How does one lose when I really haven't gone anywhere. So, all right. So now let's get this put down. So find what works for you. That's all I can say about this. The papers work for you, all of the embellishments. So, do I want it? I kind of want it up here. And there we go. There we go. Okay, so here, my jewels. I am going to go with the pale papaya. So, and one more way over there. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right, so like I said, this one is completely different from any of the samples you'll have seen. So it was just what I had and flipped it around, and I actually really like that one. So that one's a keeper. Here we go. Now we're going to come on in with this one. Let's adhere the white that's 5 1/4 by 4 down to my card base. and nothing says that you have to do your layouts the way I have mine. Play with it. I could have put this coming down from the top very easily. Just chose to do it from the bottom up instead. So let me get some of the leaves. And this time I'm going to put them on this side of the flower. So, okay. So pop one. Here's the second one. I love that the designer series paper has a sheet. Let me show you, at least for the flowers. And the dies, you can cut out all of those flowers. Not a problem there. I love that they coordinate. It really kind of shows the versatility of your dies then. So, all right, so let me just put a little bit of glue here. And now, put that down. It's going to go approximately right there. I feel like I'm a little crooked. All right, well, let's get the dimensionals on there. I'm trying, guys. I am trying to not keep you here forever and ever. But you know me, my dimensionals, I have to have a bajillion of them, so. Okay. And here we go. Final one. And let me see. Okay. Once you're happy with the placement, press it down. And what do you think? I'm going to go with the Evening Evergreen now for my colors of jewels. So let's go around the flower and then put one more right down here by the sentiment. Okay, that's card number 4. Woo! Thank you for hanging with me. You guys are still here. I can see it. All right, except I don't have, there it is. Okay, so here's the one, Pale Papaya base. Let me go ahead and get this adhered down. This is the layout that I just love, this one. So this is definitely one that if you like it as much as I do, I might just, you know, you could cut up a bunch of 4x4 squares of your paper and then cut them at a diagonal and make more of them this way, which is what I just might do. You have no idea how much I have as far as pattern paper goes. I have a ton. I really do. So I'm doing whatever I can. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. All right. So let me see if I want to go that way or if I want to go that way. I'm going to go this way. All right. So here we go. First the leaves. And here again, I'm just grabbing leaves. You can see this one was actually on the edge of the 12 by 12 paper. I still cut it out. Why? Because I'm going to be able to hide that underneath there and be just fine. So there, I got one more leaf. That one is actually, the color of that one is soft seafoam. So that kind of tells you that you can use any of these. So, all right, last one. Here we go. Let me see, I feel like I'm a little crooked. There we go. Yeah, paper hoarding, it is definitely a way of life, isn't it? For card makers, so, and scrapbookers too, I'm sure. So, so let me get 2 more on here. You know me. And we are ready to finish this up. All I'll do then, after I'm done here tonight, is put the insides in. I then have some cards I need to get ready to send out. So a little hello from me to you. I'm going to be able to do thank you cards, just hello cards, how are you cards, anything, any type of cards for any reason. So that's why I like the versatility of some sentiments. And by cutting it down, I was able to fit it into the oval that I really wanted to use. So, okay, so here, these are the pink, and it helps to draw the pink out of the paper then too. So you can't go wrong using colors that are within the paper, the pattern paper. So, all right, here we go. The fifth and final card. I know I went super duper fast. I just didn't want to keep everybody here for an hour. So please feel free. I am going to post all of these to my blog, Linda Lou Creates. I will have then also this Facebook Live will be on YouTube as well. But you can go back, stop it, rewind it, go back to a spot, that kind of thing. So there's the 5 I made tonight. Here are the 5 that I had already made for samples. So here we go. Look at the 10 cards I now have. So fun and fabulous. I love them. I hope you had fun. Hope you love them too. Thanks for putting up with me and my crazy voice and all that coughing. And I hope you get to working on this. Make some. Don't be afraid to post them. I would love to see them. And otherwise, you guys have a great week. And I will see you next Sunday. Alrighty. Bye now.